Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to have a look at my sketchbook here because as you can see I have some nice things in this sketchbook. I have some swatches of art supplies, I have a few nice drawings here as you may have seen in some of my previous videos. Some you probably haven't seen in videos but here we have more swatches and but some pages I'm just not that happy with. This one I am happy with though. I like this one. It was a, work for a video, and this one here is a nice little drawing of Shad, but some pages I'm just not overly proud of. A lot of them include very quick unfinished sketches, and some, like this one, it could be cool but it's just not finished, and I feel like some of the pages in this really nice sketchbook just feel like they're being wasted. This is actually a pretty nice sketchbook. I got it in one of Jazz's first boxes, and some of these pages in here, I do this all the time with sketchbooks. I kind of always end up ruining them by just scribbling in non-serious drawings, like say this little dragon here. Actually this Pikachu here I really like. It's a little drawing that my partner did and I thought that one's cute. But some of the stuff in here I'm just not overly happy with, including this and this as well, and just a hand. Seriously though, I want to kind of rectify this situation and just give these sketchbook pages a little bit more of a chance, because this is really nice paper and it deserves to be drawn on seriously. Now, I'm a big believer in not every single page of your sketchbook has to be a masterpiece. You are allowed to have some ugly pages in a sketchbook. That's how we all learn, that's how we all grow as well. But sometimes I just like absent-mindedly doodle on expensive paper, something that I probably could have done on printer paper. So I had an idea to myself, why don't I go in and finish some of these drawings and other drawings, cover up and make something better over the top of them. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm fixing some of my ruined / ugly sketchbook pages. So having a flip through this sketchbook, a few pages stood out to me the most, and one of them was this dragon here. I actually really did like the pose that I had this dragon in, and it was actually like a really quick kind of rough sketch. A lot of it was up to interpretation as well. I didn't have a whole lot of details in. It was mainly the main body and the pose of the head and stuff like that, but I did have to go over and lighten that sketch quite a bit and erase quite a bit of it, and then sketch in some extra details like wings and horns and stuff like that, and then I lightened it really much so that it was only barely visible on the page. And now I'm going over the top and adding in some alcohol-based markers, because this sketchbook is actually very good for alcohol-based markers. It's probably one of the best sketchbooks I've had. When it comes to alcohol-based markers, it works really well, which is why it would probably be a shame to just do rough, quick sketches and not actually color in anything in this book, because it's good paper. So for the colors of this dragon, I really wanted to have some primary colors in here, so I decided on a pinkish red and a gold color. And the markers I'm actually using today aren't COPICS, they're a mix of my affordable brand markers, and they work pretty much just as well as COPICS do, except for the fact that there's no brush tip, but I've already made a video on that, so I won't go too in depth about it. But the colors look really nice, and I felt like I just wanted to have a really dark black background to have these colors shine the best they can, and I'm quite happy with it because it's really nice and bold, and it's got a sort of graphic feel to it, and I like it. It's not a huge masterpiece, but sketchbook pages don't really have to be, a crazy detailed masterpiece. But I do have to say, it does look way better than it did when I first had this sketch down, and I feel like I did this paper justice. So after that, all I have to do is add in some extra highlights and fix some details like the claws on its feet, which I neglected to color in. And I'm actually using my my Artistro paint pens for this because they are nice and opaque and they layer over the top of those markers really well. And here we have this nice little scaly dragon, and I have to say I really like the texture of him. So now we have that first page done, and it does look a lot nicer in this book. Now I'm just going to flip through and have a look and see what else I can change and fix. Now I have this double page here. Not this dragon, the next page actually, but that dragon does look cool. But I actually have this double page here, which I had used for a few rough pose sketches for a really old artwork of a vampire. Now, I don't really need those sketches anymore, and instead I'm going to erase them and use the rough lines that were a tiny bit left over as inspiration for a map. Now, I actually really love drawing random fantasy maps. I've done this in the past actually with watercolors, and I really want to try it with some alcohol-based markers. So what I did is I just drew in some rough shapes that were going to be some islands. Now I'm going in and I'm drawing the ocean first, which I really love to do. I just used a mix of different blues, and I sort of built up that shadow and color and tone until I got a really nice sort of oceany blue color. And I like how I also added in some really dark blue in the areas where the ocean would be the deepest. I feel like it just adds a nice bit of contrast and 3D-ness to this fantasy D&D style map. Now it's time to add in some color on these islands, and I just used a few natural colors, some greens and yellows for like trees and forests and sand, and then some brown for like slightly rocky or deserty areas. And I also used some warm grays as well for like mountainous, like cold, hilly areas that you know, just like give it a little bit of contrast and change in color and tone so that I had a really nice detailed map that I liked. After this, I went in with one of my fine tip paint pens and I drew in some little rivers all over these. Now I'm just doing it randomly, and I really like how the rivers just flow to different areas of the islands. I think it looks pretty cool, and I feel like it adds a nice little bit of detail that I think that the islands were missing as well. After this, it is almost done. However, I just want to add a few extra details that I feel will make this map pop a little bit more. One of those is some little waves in the ocean, as well as some outlines around the island so that it has more of a solid feel, and you can see where those islands sort of stop and the oceans begin. After this, I just want to add a little bit of a sort of compass in the corner so you can tell which way is north, and here is this little map done. And honestly, I really love this. I love the colors, I love the details, and I just think maps like this just look so cool, especially since you can just create it yourself out of nothing. So now that we have some alcohol marker pages, let's test this paper just a little bit further with some acrylic paints. Now I want to see how this paper holds up with acrylic paint. It is nice and thick, so I have high hopes, and I also want to cover up this slightly ugly pen drawing that I did quite a while ago. Now I actually just covered it up with some warm yellow acrylic paint, and I feel like the ink kind of just bled through that paint really easily. I'm not sure if this is water-based ink that can bleed when it's wet, but you could definitely see it through, so I had to do quite a few coats of that warm yellow. And then I had the idea to mix a little bit of white into that as well, just to give it a little bit more opaqueness to the paint. And I actually ended up with a really nice sort of painterly pattern for the background of an artwork, and I have a pretty good idea of what I want to paint over it. And you can probably guess, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a floral illustration because I have been very tempted to do one for a while now. I really wanted to try and do like a acrylic painting of some flowers in a field, but it's been a while since I've actually painted flowers, especially with acrylic paint, so I'm doing a little bit of a test here in this book, and that's what a sketchbook is for. And I'm hoping I'm going to do a nice illustration instead of what I painted over. So because we have a really nice warm yellow background, I want to play with some warm colors here for this painting, and don't do any cold colors because I feel like warm colors would suit really nice with the background. And I'm actually using my POSCA pens here because they work really well with acrylic paints. They layer over them really nice, and I felt like it would be a really nice contrast to have like a blended painterly background with some like solid colored flowers that don't have any blending, and see if I can get that to work. So what we have here is a pink rose with some lighter pink highlights on it, and we also have a peachy orangey colored rose with some peachy pinky sort of highlights on it. Now I have to say the pink rose definitely has a lot more contrast than the other rose, but once I added in some white highlights over the top of both of them, it sort of balanced them out a little bit because the white highlights don't really show too much on the pink rose, but they show a lot on the peach rose, so it ends up balancing it out. Now after this, I want to add just a little bit of line art for these flowers, just to sort of, I don't know, solidify them a little bit. And here is the results. And honestly, I really like this, and I really like how the leaves turned out as well. Now I actually really enjoyed that acrylic paint. I felt like it worked really well on this paper. It didn't buckle all that much at all. Now I want to try and test it again, but this time add a little bit of white paint over the ink to try and get it to not bleed through as much. And I decided on this page here, now you probably didn't see me erase all of the pencil. I don't think I filmed it. However, you probably can see that in a previous part in this video. But anyway, we're doing another acrylic paint floral illustration. Now this painting is actually a little bit of a study of a plant that my boyfriend has in his room. It is a fake plant. It's not a real plant, I'm gonna say, because I'm a snob. But anyways, I wanted to do a bit of a blue background this time and try and make it look like it's like the wall behind the plant, and then we're gonna have this like hanging leafy plant in a pot and have it like in front of that wall. Now I have to say his walls aren't blue. I just felt like blue would be a really nice color, and it would actually suit what's, you know, on the page opposite of it. Now we started off with the same technique as last time with the acrylic paint, just a little bit of white and a little bit of blue, and I have to say that layer of white that I did over the top of the ink did help quite a bit. And after this I used my POSCA pens to add in some layers of beige as well as a sort of nice pinkish red color. Now the plant that I'm actually drawing has some reddish pinky colored leaves as well as some green colored leaves, so that's what I'm going to draw on this painting here. So that's probably why this plant looks a little bit sparse at the moment. Don't worry, it's going to have plenty more leaves once I'm finished, and probably look a little bit more lively as well. Now I'm not sure what that fox on the opposite page is scared of, honestly, but the plant probably isn't it, unless maybe it is. Maybe it's a spooky plant. No, I don't think it is. I just made that up on the spot. Seriously though, something is spooking that fox. But anyways, for this plant I just basically built up the leaves and just kept adding more and more until it looked a lot more, you know, thicker and livelier. And yeah, I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's like a simple yet still aesthetically pleasing illustration. So now for my last but definitely not least illustration, I want to test some more acrylic paint because I'm just having so much fun. And this time I'm going to go over the ink in black acrylic paint, because honestly I think that would work the best, because even if that ink did bleed through the acrylic paint, you won't be able to tell because the paint itself is black. And I love painting on a black background because you can just get so much contrast, and it's really interesting to see how colors look on a black background versus a light background. Now the idea for this illustration actually took me a while because honestly I felt like I just didn't know what I wanted to draw next, I didn't want to do another plant because I had done 2 of them and I felt like, you know, I just want to do something a little bit different. So I decided instead on a little potion bottle. I don't know why, I just felt like doing a little potion bottle. And why is there a black background? I don't know. Maybe it's in space, and maybe the potion inside kind of looks like a galaxy. That's my rough idea anyways. That's my rough plan that I had, and I wanted to try and see if I could do a little bit of a galaxy texture with my POSCA pens, which I don't know why I didn't just pick acrylic paint because I had some with me, but I wanted to test my POSCA pens to see how well they would do with a sort of like painterly splotchy texture. Now what I did for that was I just like pressed on the POSCA pens a lot so that a lot of that paint came out, and then I grabbed my paintbrush and then swished the colors together to try and get a sort of mixy painty look. Now I don't know if it looks like a galaxy, but it does look like paint mixed together, so that's what we're going with. Honestly though, I do like it. I like the colors. I like how the bottle looks transparent and you can see the ink sloshing around in there. And then we have some grey rope tied around that bottle and some little stars in the paint. I was trying to push the galaxy aspect a little bit more. I don't know how that turned out, but those cartoony stars look pretty cute in there. And I like how the note has some like random made up language on there. I don't know, maybe it's like a witch's potion and that's her writing, but anyways, here is the illustration and I think it looks pretty cute, and it was a nice experiment with that splotchy POSCA pen texture. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this, and honestly I kind of want to do more, so let me know in the comments if you want me to do more of this, and I definitely want to fill this sketchbook up with more paintings and illustrations, and yeah. So anyways, I hope you all are having a lovely safe day, and I hope you all stay safe out there, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye everyone.